Welcome to Yogaxpress, the mobile stretch clinic that takes yoga to the people. Before I proceed with any of the other information I want to share with you, I would like to point out something in the way Josiane Hird, my wonderful, beautiful participating guest here today, is seated and the way I am seated. We are both seated in meditative postures. Josiane is in a posture called Sukhasana, which is a variation of Padmasana or the lotus posture. Padmasana is what got her into trouble because she sat with her right heel tucked into her left groin and the left heel tucked into the right groin about a few weeks ago, Josiane. Mm-hmm. And you had the air conditioning on full blast and now she's injured her knee. But for folks at home who need to know how to sit when you want to meditate, you sit in any position that helps you lift the mid part of your body so that you have enough room between the hip and the crown of your head for the oxygen to move between the various energy centers in the body. The whole body is full of different energy centers, but the middle part, the region from the hip to the crown of the head, are where your major energy centers are located. We will talk about energy centers in a few moments, either in this episode or the next. But before I do that, a little bit of housekeeping for us. Those of you who have been following this program with Josiane and myself, Josiane has been with us in several episodes before. You will recall that we use a little postcard with a simple ailment-specific stretch sequence called 48+. They are 48 basic common denominator stretches used by many of the yoga schools, so it's a very good filler. You can make our program a link in your chain of fitness practice. So we don't want to be the practice. We just want to be a very small part of your fitness practice. Now, I will mail you a copy of this postcard, and if you've been very good, I will also mail you a fridge magnet. I don't have a copy of that right now, but that also has the sequence on it. So stick that on your fridge. A little business card with the sequence on the back will also be mailed to you. Put that in your wallet, and put this postcard in your handbag. Just don't give yourself or us any excuses not to stretch. Having said that, Josiane and I decided that we would like to share with you today a slight variation of the typical sun salutation. There are many different versions of sun salutation. The sun salutation sequence typically has 12 stages in its movement. It's a flowing dance like vinyasa motion, which actually has 12 stages, so it's like 12 hands of the clock. You start from 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, go all the way to 12. And each posture has a different name. Now, the important and interesting thing about the sun salutation is each of the postures also addresses a different region of the body, which means it targets certain very common ailments. It helps us prevent certain common ailments. I'm not saying you're going to get rid of any ailments that you have. All I'm saying is you could make yourself stronger in that part of the body, right? Now, Josiane, please tell our viewers a little bit about yourself. I think we haven't reintroduced you in a couple of episodes. I'd like you to tell us a little bit, and what is your passion? How did your passion for yoga bring you here?
Well, it's all connected to my background with I started with martial art a long time ago, and then belly dancing in between, and boxing, and martial art again, and martial art in all over the place, and everything in between was with yoga.
Right.
And sailing, and also with yoga.
So yoga on a sailing boat, and boxing combined with, what is the belly dancing? I'd like to see you do some boxing when you're belly dancing as well.
It's a very good training. And the yoga makes me, I do the yoga beforehand because it makes me very more alert and
very
more supple,
centered, yes.
And more focused.
Well, that's what yoga is all about. Yoga is about spinal health. It's all these spinal flexions and inversions that we get into, which actually helps keep our spine strong. And I have a very simple adage. I always like to say, if you can move, you can stretch. I've had people come and tell me, do you think I could practice yoga? Do I have to be very slim? And I keep telling them, please, I'm a living example. You don't have to look like, a top model to be able to stretch in certain postures. You have to have a flexible mind, not necessarily a flexible body. That's what keeps us strong, right? Now, Josiane and I will be in at different levels in any given posture, and we have our favorite postures, especially when we're very comfortable in a posture. We notice that it does become our favorite. We're going to take you through 12 postures with a slight variation. So we're going to stand up now. Josiane, are we ready?
Yes.
Okay. We're going to start with a posture called Namaskar-asana. Namaskar is prayer position. Heels are together, toes are slightly apart. You might notice that I have my little cheat sheet in front of me. Fortunately for me, I have a slightly extra long mat, so I can afford to lose that space. Now, Namaskar-asana, simply, all you have to do is keep your palms together in front of your chest, but make sure that your elbows are up, nice and lifted so that you feel nice and alert. At the same time, you should be comfortable. Your knees are straight but not stiff. So you should keep your legs nice and straight, heels are together, toes slightly apart. If you close your eyes, you will understand exactly what we are trying to do here. When you close your eyes just for a few seconds, feel how your body sways. Notice if your body sways to the left or to the right. If you're able to close your eyes and stand very still, you can hear that inner voice inside of you. We're not going to go, this program is not about spiritual practice, but if you want, you can take it to a different level in the privacy of your own home. My name is Banu Suresh, and I'm really happy to be here and to introduce Josiane Hird. Heels together, toes slightly apart. Namaskar-asana does calm the brain, so it's very good to relax the brain, to keep the blood at a very steady level. It helps prevent hypertension, especially if you can close your eyes and hold still. Now, the next posture, we will be inhaling as we take our arms overhead. When we take our arms overhead, we're expanding our chest. The intercostal muscles will stretch. Pectoral muscles will open up. We enhance our lung power. So Hasta Uttana is hands raised. Hasta is hand and Uttana is raised. So it's literally arms raised. Inhale, take your arms up. When your arms are up overhead the way we have it right now, notice how Josiane has her elbows slightly bent, and I'm trying to keep my elbows straight, but I'm definitely more comfortable having them slightly bent. But I'm going to try and keep them straight today, only because I want to keep myself nice and alert. I don't want to relax too much. I want to relax to the point that I'm comfortable continuing doing what I'm doing. I don't want to relax to the point where I go to sleep. I don't want to sleep standing up. Now, with our arms raised, make sure that you tilt your pelvis just a little bit forward. Keep inhaling. Now, we've taken a deep breath in. We are going to exhale and fold from the hip. Exhale and fold. Josiane and I, again, as you may note, may be at different points trying to touch the floor. Josiane has got her palm completely on the floor. I've got my fingertips on the floor. Either way, we want to make sure that we feel a beautiful, beautiful hamstring stretch in the back of our legs. Now this one is Pada Hasta. Pada is foot, Hasta is hand, and Pada Hasta literally means hands to feet. The ones where we took our arms up, Hasta Uttana opens up the chest, so it's good for helping prevent asthma. Pada Hasta is really wonderful to compress the front of the body, the lower part of the abdomen in the front against the upper part of your thighs. But because you feel this beautiful stretch in the back of your thighs, it's also great for helping prevent sciatica. That was one of Josiane's requests, that one of these days we do a sciatic sequence. So we're going to do that tomorrow possibly. Pada Hasta is a full forward fold. Now, I need to come forward because we're going to go into equestrian. Very gently place both your hands on the floor. Take your left leg back. Curl your toes in. I'm going to have to push my block just a little bit to make room. And you notice when we are in this position, we feel a wonderful compression of the lower abdomen on the right side. On the lower abdomen on the right side compresses against the upper right thigh. So we can hold that. You should also feel a beautiful quadricep stretch in your upper left thigh. Very gently. Here's the variation we're going to do. Place your left knee on the floor. Josiane already has it. When your knee is on the floor, you want to uncurl your toes. Remember, if your knees are on the floor and you keep your toes curled, you need to be aware. If you're comfortable doing it, that's fine. But you need to be aware that there is more pressure on the knees if you curl your toes in with your knee on the floor. So just be aware. Let's uncurl the toes. Come back just a little bit. Inhale. Your right knee is out. So we're going to inhale our left arm up. Inhale. This is Parsva Kona Namaskara. The posture that we already are, hold it, Josiane, posture that we already are, it's called Ashwa Sanchala. Ashwa Sanchala is equestrian. Ashwa or Ashwini is horse. Ashwa Sanchala is like a horse, and this helps prevent constipation because you compress the lower part of your abdomen against your upper thigh. Inhale, the left arm up. Exhale, dip your left elbow over the right knee. Place your right palm over the left palm. This is Parsva Kona Namaskara. Prayer twist. Namaskara is prayer. Kona is kona. Parsva is intense. So it's an intense prayer twist. You might notice again, you feel that compression in your abdominal region. It's a wonderful, wonderful twist. It's great for releasing, and hold that posture, Josiane. It's great for releasing the insides in the midriff, mid part of your body. And it's also very good for massaging the lower part of your abdomen. Hold. When we say hold, we mean hold your posture, not your breath. Inhale. Let's come out of this posture. Place both the palms on the floor. Curl the toes of your left foot in. Lift your knee off the floor. Take the right foot back to meet the left foot. This is Danda Asana. Danda or plank is actually just a high staff or a high plank. You need to compact your anal and pelvic sphincters to hold this position. You also tighten your low back muscles. When you compact your sphincter muscles, you're actually helping prevent piles or hemorrhoids. Very gently place your knees on the floor. Before we go into the next posture, I just want to point out something. We are going to go into a posture called Ashtanga Namaskara, which actually it's two postures combined in one. Ashtanga Namaskara, and we will glide out into Cobra. Ashtanga, Ashta, Anga. Ashta is 8, Anga is limbs, Namaskara is prayer. So literally, we are in a prayer position with 8 limbs touching the floor. You're going to wonder, what are the 8 limbs? Very simple. The 2 hands, chin, chest, knees, and toes. So you have 2 feet, 2 hands, chin, chest. Is that correct? Knees. That's right. That makes it 8. Okay. Now we need to glide one posture into the other. Ashtanga Namaskara into Bhujanga or Cobra. So we're going to do an exhale as we dip our chin to the floor, and we'll glide out in an inhale, coming up in Cobra. Exhale and dip. Keep your elbows close to you. As you come out into Cobra, uncurl your toes and press on the floor with the back or the front of your feet. So press on the floor. That'll help you bring your upper body up. Now you can press with your palms and bring your shoulders up, bring your chest up. You do need to use your low back muscles, engage your low back muscles. This will help strengthen your low back, hopefully help prevent lumbago. Now we're going to go into Parvat or mountain position. Curl your toes in and heave your hip off the floor. Exhale. Try to place your heels on the floor. This is a wonderful posture where it's almost a rest posture because you keep exhaling a lot. In yoga, we try to exhale as much as possible because we believe inhale happens. Keep exhaling. The air will come in automatically. Parvat is not only good for helping prevent sciatica, it also gives your pancreas a chance to do their job because it gives the pancreas a lot of room in the middle part of your body. It's a wonderful inversion, so blood rushes to your head. You feel totally energized. Are you getting a high already, Josiane?
Oh, yes.
And you want to make sure that your heels are on the floor so you can feel that wonderful, wonderful sciatic stretch in the back of your legs. Now, we are going to bring the left foot between the hands. And once your left foot is there, place the right knee on the floor, uncurl the toes in your right foot, and then let's come back just a little bit. You notice that in the previous Ashwasantala, this is again Ashwasantala, so now we're reversing it, going back. We're repeating postures number 4, 3, 2, 1. So we come back just a little bit. In this time we're going to actually do a prayer twist to the left. You might notice actually, Josiane, you might be able to point that out too because you're actually doing it with me. We have been able to target both sides of this new variation in 1/2 of the posture.
Oh, yeah.
Of course, it's going to take a lot longer than 30 minutes, but literally at home, once you know the sequence, once you know progressively which posture follows which one, you should be able to do the whole sun salutation cycle literally in one fluid dance motion at 30 seconds. One dual round, which is first the left leg forward and then the other leg, is 1 minute, should be 1 minute. So if you can do 3 rounds of sun salutation every day, you would have targeted every major muscle group, gland, and organ in the body, including our obliques, right? Okay, Josiane is eager to continue. Let's keep exhaling and dip our hip as close to the floor as possible. Inhale the right arm up because your left knee is out. Exhale, dip your right elbow over your left knee. Place the left palm over the right palm. Look up at your left elbow and hold. Keep breathing. Inhale, let's come out of this posture. We're going to go into Pada Hasta, so place your palms or your fingers on the floor, curl the toes on your right foot in, and lift your knee off and bring the right foot forward. Sorry, Josiane. Pada Hasta is hands to feet. Bring the right foot forward. Keep exhaling. Keep breathing out. So the more you exhale, the deeper you get into this posture. Bring your palms together. Inhale, keep your back nice and straight. Keep inhaling. All the way overhead, Hasta Uttana. Exhale, bring your palms in front of your chest. Namaskarasana. I already feel totally flush. I feel as if I'm totally energized. Yeah, you just feel so refreshed, right? Let's not forget the other side. We have one more side, and then we will help our viewers understand which part of the body. You've already probably worked it out. Yoga works a lot in common sense, so you've already worked out which part of the body is targeted in each posture. Let's do the other side this time. Yes, we do have some space. Okay, let's go into the about 1/3 of the mat. So we are in front, so we leave about 1/3 in front of us, 2/3 in the back because we need to take our leg back. Heels together, toes slightly apart, palms by your side. Legs are straight but not stiff. So your knees should not be tense, but they should be nice and compact. Knees should be close together. Tighten your sphincters, tilt your pelvis forward. Inhale. Very good, thank you. Palms in front of your chest. Inhale, bring your arms up overhead. Keep inhaling. Feel a beautiful, beautiful intercostal stretch. Your diaphragm opens up. Intercostals are stretching. Intercostals are the muscles between the rib cage, and your pectorals are expanding as well. Exhale, fold from the hip. Keep your back nice and straight. This time we're going to take the right leg back. So if you've got your palms on the floor, as Josiane has, or your fingers, some kind of contact that you need with the floor. Keep your left foot where it is. Take your right leg all the way back into Ashwasantala. Ashwasantala, let's place our knee on the floor. Uncurl your toes. Ashwasantala is equestrian. You might remember that. Bring your body back just a little bit. Once you've got your hands on your knee, you want to wiggle your left foot just a little forward and keep dipping your hip. So dip your hip, go closer and closer to the floor. You should feel a beautiful, beautiful quad stretch, a wonderful stretch in the upper front part of your right thigh. You'll feel a little bit of a stretch, maybe somewhere on the upper left thigh as well, but it's much more intense on the right side, right, Josiane?
Yes.
Make sure that your feet are nice and firm on the floor. Keep exhaling. Now, inhale, lift your right arm up. Exhale, dip your right elbow over your right knee. This is Parsvakona Namaskara, prayer twist. Look up at the raised elbow, the left elbow. Keep exhaling. You're in a twist, so the more you exhale, the deeper will be your twist. But at the same time, make sure you open up the left side of your chest. Inhale. Let's come out of this posture. We're going to go into plank position. Place your palms on the floor. Curl the toes in on your right foot. Take your left foot back. You're in plank position, Dandasana. You already know what each of these postures do for us. Exhale. Place your knees, chest and chin, and we'll glide out into Bhujang. Ashtanga Namaskara and directly into Bhujang, Cobra. Exhale and dip. Keep your elbows close to you. Keep inhaling and let's come up. Uncurl your toes. When your toes are uncurled, make sure the tops of your feet press firmly on the floor. Now in this posture, as you might remember, you do have to engage your low back muscle. So if you have very strong low back, that's great, and you can test that by lifting your palm off the floor. So you have to use your low back muscles when your palms are not pushing for you. Place your palms back on the ground. Curl your toes in. We're going to go into mountain posture, which is a forward fold, but it's an inverted V. Going to lift our chest up. Take your knees off the floor. Come down in mountain posture. And this time we're going to bring the left. Did we have the left leg forward or the right leg forward?
I think we had the right back.
Right was in the back, so the right leg comes forward. Okay. Thank you, Josiane. It's very easy to get lost if we are especially if you're workshopping it. So thank you for bringing me back on track. Inhale, bring your right foot forward between the hands. Ashwasantala again. Now, you want to make sure your knee is on the floor, left knee comes on the floor, uncurl the toes in your left foot, and come back just a little bit. This is Ashwasantala. We're going to do a little bit of a twist, and this is the variation that we've brought forward for you. Sun salutation targets every major muscle group, gland, and organ in the body. Until now, the only muscle group it did not really address was the obliques, in the middle part of our body. So today, with our little twist to the sun salutation, we are going to address that part of the body as well. So you've got a little bit of a variation. Now keep exhaling and dip your hip. Inhale, raise your left arm. Exhale, dip your left elbow over your right knee. Place your right palm over the left palm and look up at your raised elbow and hold. Hold your position, not your breath. I cannot stress that enough. Do not ever hold your breath unless it's part of your breathing exercise. Inhale. Let's come out of that. We're going to bring our left foot forward this time. I didn't give you a warning last time, Josiane. Place your palms on either side of the right foot. Curl your toes in the left foot. Lift your knee off the floor. Bring the left foot forward. Padahasta. And this time you'll feel an intense stretch again in the back of your legs. Great for exercising the sciatic nerves. Stretches your hamstrings. And keep exhaling. And the blood rushes to your head as well. So keep your palms together. Inhale. Keep your back nice and straight. Inhale. Keep coming up. Exhale. Palms in front of your chest. Namaskarasana. Let's sit down, Josiane. Josiane and I would like to share something with you.
5 more minutes.
We have 5 more minutes. That's perfect because I did want to share something with our viewers. Yoga. All of yoga is about spinal health, as we said earlier, especially the sun salutation. It's a simple sequence of 7 to 9 postures. So if you have 7, it's 7 plus 5 repeats. If you have 9 postures, it's 9 plus 3 repeats. The total comes to 12. I don't really count the namaskar as a posture necessarily because it's not a motion posture, but it is still a part of yoga. I mean, staying still, it's like moving into stillness. So in yoga, staying still is as difficult sometimes as moving. But having said that, I don't know how you feel, but I totally feel flushed. I feel totally refreshed. I'm on a high already.
Yeah, totally awakened.
Wide awake, and this is not a good time to feel wide awake. No, actually, no. That's good. I mean, we, at the time of taping, sometimes we tape in the evenings, some days we tape in the afternoons, but we always air in the afternoons for our viewers. So if you're practicing the sun salutation in the afternoon, please understand that when the sun is at its peak already, we try not to get into any physical stretches. In fact, yoga practitioners advise, I've had many of my teachers advise me to take a half-hour break in the middle of the day, every day when the sun is at its peak, because your body is already fully charged, there's a lot of electricity in the body, you don't want to overcharge it. Having said that, yoga addicts like Josiane and myself, we are quite happy to have our chakras moving. So we got into this variation just to be able to include the abdominal twist. And that twist actually was really a completion. Yes, the Parsvakona Namaskara, it really completed the sequence by itself. So instead of just having arthritis-specific sequences or sciatica-specific sequences, which we will do in our next episode tomorrow, you actually can do just the sun salutation about 3 or 4 times every day. In fact, I've heard that you can, a lot of people ask me, can you lose weight just practicing yoga?
Oh, yes.
Something as vigorous as the sun salutation, once it's done as a routine,
and also for the way
does help.
You slim yourself down by doing yoga because there's so much twist and pressure on.
Well, I hope so. I still have hope then. No, I've heard that too. You may not necessarily, that's something else that our viewers should understand. You may not necessarily lose weight on the scales. We have just 1 minute. Thanks, Ginger. You may not necessarily lose weight on the scales, but you would definitely feel like you've lost a couple of inches. So you might fit into one of your old pants, your old trousers.
You get tighter. Your body gets
right.
tighter.
Your body gets more compact. Exactly,
Yes.
because the muscles are nice and firm getting together. We have the titles coming up. I'd like to thank our wonderful crew. We have Manny, we have Ginger. Who else do we have? Who's on camera here? Edmund? Edwin. We have Edwin. And actually, I should be able to get the credits up there. So thank you to everyone and to Manny, Ginger. Who else is in the back? Wow, I have to. Oh yes, Maura. Maura, I haven't forgotten you, my dear. And thank you, Drew, for all of you for being here, giving us this chance to stretch. I think we're quite happy to stretch anytime, right? Stay in touch with us. We will contact you. We will stay in touch with you. That's a lovely closing. It closes with the Om. I love it. I love it.